In this video, we are going to discuss about user interface design and software engineering. Specifically, we are going to discuss about the golden rules and design models of user interface design. So in the interface design, learning, using and understanding the interfaces are very important things. So the interface should be very easy to learn. It should not be very complex interfaces, or the object should not be displayed on the graphical user interface. And then it should provide the easiness for usability of the user. And the third point is the end users can easily able to understand about the interfaces. These are the three basic things the interface designers have to remember. So next we are going to discuss about the design errors usually happen in interface design. They are consistency, memorization, guidance, context sensitivity, response and unfriendly. So in many applications, if the interfaces are, how the interfaces are provided in the same way, for the application what we are developing, for that also the interface should be similar. It should not be totally different. If it is different, the users will get confused. So the consistency of the interface across the application should be same. So the same thing we have to follow for the new application, what we are new application interface, what we are designing. The next one is memorization. So it should not be making the user to memorize so many commands to interact with the system what we are developing. That is one of the errors sometimes people induce in the interfaces. Next, if there are no guidance in the interface, that will cause the failure of the system. So the guidance should be provided. So if there are no guidance properly provided for the user to interact with the system, that is one of the error. The next one is context sensitivity. The next less context sensitivity, it is one of the error. So in real time, how the systems are placed in position, in the same way in the application what is designed, in that also the contextually the logos or the objects should be positioned properly. If they are not placed, that is one of the error. The next one is no response. So when the user is interacting with the user interface, that time if there are no responses properly, that is one of the error. The last one is unfriendly. So the interface, if it is not very much friendly for accessing the system, that is unfriendly. That is one of the major error. So now let us move on. So the next one is golden rules. The user should be in control. That is the first golden rule. The second one is the user's memory load should be reduced. The last one is consistency of the interface. These are the golden rules. So the first one is telling that the user should have the complete control over the interface. The system should not enforce the user to do this one, do that one. It should not tell that. The next one is user's memory load. The user's memory, how many commands the user has to remember. So many commands, it should not be enforced that the user has to remember. So it should reduce the memory load for the user. The next, third one is the application consistency. So if there are many applications, similar applications, so all of them should have the consistency across them. The first we are going to discuss about user in control. So here there are many criteria we have to follow when we design the interface design. First point is we should not enforce the user to perform certain action, unnecessary action we should not enforce the user to do. The second one is it should be flexible for the user to perform the operation in the interface. The third one is user friendly. So whatever the operation the user is going to perform with the system, it should be like he can able to interrupt at any time, he can able to perform the undoing operation at any time. That is a user friendly nature. The fourth one is customization. So how the user is interacting with the system, whether he is in the expertise level or in the lower grade level, so accordingly the customization should happen. The next one is what are all the underlying technical details of implementation of the interface that should be transparent to the user. It should not be viewable for the user. The last one is direct interaction with the objects. So what all the objects placed in the interface, the user can able to directly interact with it. So next we are going to discuss about less users memory load. So the first point is how many commands the user has to remember, whether the commands or the click operation, what they have to do. It should not be like many things they have to remember. So that's what the short-term memory-less demand property says. The next one is what are the defaults across similar applications. The same defaults can be implemented in the application interface what we are developing. The third one is shortcuts. Some of the shortcuts can be provided with the interface, something like Control P for printing, all such kind of shortcuts can be provided. The fourth one is visual layout of interface. So in the real world, how the interface happen with the system, in the same way, the visual layout in the application, the software application, also it should be similar to that. It should not be very complex apart from the real world system. The last one is information in progressive manner. So in the real world, how the informations are getting processed and passed on to the next stage. In the same way, here also in the software application also, the information should be in a progressive manner, which is presented to the user. So next what we are going to discuss is interface consistency. So if the user is performing some particular task, it should be contextually having some meaning. It should not be like he is performing some task and some unnecessary context is getting generated with the data output. The second point is consistency across a family of application. How the other applications are accessing the interface or any operation, how the other applications are performing, the general operations, how the other applications are performing. In the same way, the new application what is getting generated, in that also consistency has to be maintained. So the similarity of operation between the existing application or the similar applications, how the user interaction is happen in the same way. Here also the application, the software application what we are developing, in that also the interactive similarity should be existing. It should be followed. So the next we are going to discuss about design models. So we are going to discuss about user model, design model, mental model and implementation model. So the user model consists of the profile of user, who are all the end users going to access the interface. So that will be providing the user model. The next one is design model. The design model consists of how the user model is designed. That will be design model. The mental model is the mental image of the system, what the user or the system designer is having. That will be providing the mental model. The next one is implementation model. So how the interface design is described, or what is the syntax of it, how to interact with it, and what are the semantics of the interface designs. All those will form the implementation model. So today what we are going to discuss at last is user interface design process. So here the user interface design process is discussed, it is shown in a spiral manner. So the first one is interface design, then interface construction. So it has to be designed and it has to be implemented and it has to be validated by the test team, and it has to be validated with the customers also who are going to use it, and finally it has to be analyzed and modeled. Thank you.